Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tammy.
Hey, yo, I'm Paris. Welcome to Only OffTrack. Before we get into like our little movie segment, I have to talk about this, okay? Alex is our car mascot, right? Because like ever since Tammy became friends with me, she started having toys in her car because I'm a child. So, where did we get Alex? We got Alex at a Barnes & Noble, right?
Mm-hmm. Gift card, so technically she was only $2.
Yes, because you got a Barnes & Noble gift card for your birthday.
Nope, not at all. It was
What'd you get it for?
Nope, it was a Barnes & Noble's gift card that my cousin got for 4th grade. And she's now a sophomore. It's very old.
What the fuck? Why did she give it to you then?
Because she never goes to Barnes & Noble, so she just gave it to me.
She's had that since 4th grade?
Yeah, and then she knows that we do our little adventures, and I've told her that we went to Barnes & Noble, so she just gave it to us. It's $25.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Why was she keeping it?
Because it's worth $25. Would you throw away $25?
No, I'd sell it.
That's not how gift cards work. Why would you sell an amount of money for more money? Because people would literally not buy that.
No, I'd sell it for like a little less money, but I'd still make a profit out of it.
Oh, that's true. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking like that.
Okay, anyways.
Squirrel.
Fucking dog. You're literally a dog. You said squirrel.
Squirrel.
Okay, anyways, so Alex, we got her at a Barnes & Noble.
They can't actually see Alex.
I know. So we got Alex at a Barnes & Noble. I named her, and that is our child. And then we got some more toys. We got these 2 cars.
Which we got, like, a week ago.
Yeah, we got them last week, right?
Yeah, a week and 1 day.
Yeah, because, okay, so here's the thing. I'm broke, and Tammy pays for everything. Because she has a job, so she can pay for things.
But you can't say anything because you have a job now.
Why do you think I got these cars?
We will get in there!
Okay, so beforehand, I didn't have a job, right? And she was the only one who had a job, so she'd pay for everything. So every time we went into Target, because we go on Target adventures, every time we'd go into Target, I'd be like, Tammy, let's get matching toys. And she'd say no every time because she's the one paying for it. But then we found these cars. And since we're film students, these were like the perfect things. Like this one's holding a boom mic.
Which she does all the time. I make her do it.
Yeah, she makes me hold the boom mic for all of filming stuffs. And then she's holding a camera. Because that's what she does. And that's it.
That's our story.
What did we name these? I just named them like 10 minutes ago.
Alberto and Rob.
This is Alberto, and this is Roberta.
Roberta. It was Roberto before, but...
Yeah, but you said it was a girl, and then I got self-conscious, so...
Okay.
Okay, now let's move on to talking about movies. We saw Black Widow yesterday. She'd already seen it, but...
That was my 3rd time seeing it.
I hadn't seen it yet, bitch. So, I wanted to see it. It was a good movie. I liked it, actually.
Initially, when I watched it, I didn't like it, because, I don't know, it felt underwhelming.
Really?
Yeah, the very first time, the only thing that really hyped me up about that specific movie was the end credit. Like, the first time, I was like, whoa, the end credit is the best part of the movie. And then...
Interesting. Okay, here's the thing. It's like, I had already seen that end credit scene, like,
Yeah, I know.
5 million times. So, like, that was, like, the one thing that was underwhelming to me.
Well, but, like, when you saw it for the first time, it was good, though, right?
When I saw it for the first time, it was, like, good. I just didn't know, like, exactly, like, who was who.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to you.
I was like, why the fuck is she whistling at the gravestone?
Oh, okay.
And, like, here's the other thing, too. Okay. I'm interrupting you. Okay. By the way, guys, I work in a movie theater, so, like,
You say that like you've been working for so
Shut
long.
the fuck
It's been like
up.
3 fucking days!
And it's been the best 3 days of my life. So, when we go to sweep the theaters, like, the Marvel movies are the longest ones we have to wait for. So, like, we always catch the end credit scene. So, I've seen it 5 million times now. And we would, every time we would go in, we would hear people go, oh my god, she got a dog. So, when I saw that for the first time, I was like, oh my god, that's why people say that. Like, I was like, what's the big deal about her having a dog? So, I get it now.
When I saw it for the first time, when I heard the whistling, obviously, like, that was their thing between sisters, right? So, I was like, I was hoping that, like, there was somebody who would
Like Black Widow to
like,
come
yeah,
out of her
like,
grave and
what-
then whistle
no.
back.
I was hoping that Natasha would still be alive, even though it made no fucking sense.
Oh,
like or like there's like
she got like brought back or something.
yeah, or like I don't know exactly how, but like I mean it would have like my brain just really hoped for that. Obviously, it didn't happen for reasons. But I saw this comment on a TikTok that was like, it would be really, really, like, cute and sentimental if there was, like, because there was, like, in the birds were chirping, if there was, like, a bird that was red that flew down to the gravestone and then, like, whistled it back, like, but, like, as a bird. Like, that would have been so good!
That would be so good!
But, like, Marvel did not have the brain for that.
Marvel's stupid.
But, yeah, that was, whoever wrote that in whatever comment section, that was...
They belong in Marvel.
Yeah! Good for you!
That's so good, yeah.
Marvel, where's their check?
Yeah.
Where's their internship?
No, but after watching the movie and then she whistled, I was like, oh my god, I get it now. Like, it makes sense, yeah. And, okay, so, I wrote notes. Okay. I wrote notes, don't you worry. When I think of Marvel movies, I put the Avengers as, like, one separate being. Okay. So, like, when people ask, like, what's your favorite Marvel movie, I never say like, Avengers movie, because, like, the Avengers movie, to me, are, like, on a different level.
Right, okay, yeah, no, I get that, I do that
So,
too.
like, to me, I think, like, Doctor Strange is my favorite so far.
Really?
I really like Doctor Strange. I don't know what it was about that movie, but it was so well done. It was so good.
Really?
Yes, I really liked that movie.
I also like that movie, but I would not put
What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite is the Captain America: The First Avenger.
Okay, see, I love Captain America, but there are just like certain things that like there are certain scenes in those movies that like are boring as heck.
I don't know. I can watch that movie like 15 times over and never be bored, and I think that's why it's my favorite. But I don't know like why it's not
like
boring.
that's what I feel about like Doctor Strange. But when I watch the Captain America movies, I just get so bored. Minus Civil War, because Civil War
that's like Avenger 2.5.
I put Civil War with the Avengers movies.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people in the fandom would agree with you on that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just like when I watch the Captain America movies are really good, especially the first one. The first one is really good, and I could definitely watch it over and over because, you know, I feel like everybody loves like the hero movies where like you watch them become the hero, and like watching the development. So I always love watching that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about those movies. Like Winter Soldier was okay. Like I watched it and then I watched it a second time and I was like, yeah, I like if somebody sat me down and made me watch it again for a third time, I'd get bored.
Okay. I think the first time I watched Winter Soldier, I was like, it's whatever. It was good, but it was like whatever. But after like being invested more in Bucky and stuff and having all that, I like rewatching it and like in preparation and after the series came out, I liked it a lot more just because I'm like a Bucky stan.
I think after watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, because you know, like I was like rewatching all the Marvel movies.
Yeah, right.
But I was watching Falcon and Winter Soldier while I was doing that because I still want to stay up to date while rewatching all of that stuff.
Right.
I definitely liked like Bucky more.
Yeah.
Because the thing about like all of those movies is I watched them as they came out. So I was like 10 when I watched Winter Soldier. So I had no idea what was going on.
I swear. I never watched any of the Marvel movies up until like 3 or 4 years ago. And then I watched it all in chronological order. Like in the storyline, not in release date.
Okay.
And I think I was so much more invested in the characters that way.
Really?
Yeah. And that's why I feel like I liked the ensemble movies more, like the big Avengers movie.
I know a lot of people like watching it in chronological order, but
why don't you do that? I told you to do that.
I know, but I like watching them more in release because, you know, they were released that way for a reason. Like there are just like there are certain things that happen in certain movies that like if you haven't seen the movie that was released before, you don't know what's happening.
Okay. I guess like the end credit scenes and
like
stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
imagine watching like Black Widow before Endgame and seeing that end credit scene.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. No, I get it.
So,
The end
like,
credit
that's
scene.
why I'd rather watch them in
Release
release date, especially because of the end credit scenes that have to
Yeah.
do with, like, Thanos and
Mm-hmm.
the fucking Infinity Stones.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes more sense to watch them in
No,
release.
you're right. Because when I was watching that the Thanos one with the Infinity Stones, that end credit, I don't remember what movie that was.
He's
I
in a
think it
few
was-
end credit scenes.
Yeah, I was like so confused. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this guy? But then like, and then after I watched everything, and then I rewatched those movies again with, I'm like, oh, that's supposed to be Thanos, because in the
Yeah.
end credit scene and the actual Thanos that came out in Infinity War and Endgame don't look anything alike. He looked like a terrible, oversaturated
Yeah, because
violet
they're so
grape.
old.
And yeah, but it was confusing.
Yeah,
But anyways, Black Widow.
Black Widow was good. I don't know where I'd put it. It's definitely above the Iron Man movies. I know everybody loves Iron Man and shit. Nobody would love him if he wasn't Robert Downey Jr.
That's
Iron
true.
Man is literally Robert
yeah.
Downey Jr. wearing the Iron Man suit. You can't tell me otherwise.
No, literally they're the same.
Those
person.
movies are okay. I'd definitely put Black Widow above Iron Man movies. I don't know about like the Thor movies though. The Thor
Okay,
movies
no.
are
The first and second, the second one especially sucked. The first one was whatever. Third one is really good. Ragnarok was great.
Oh, Ragnarok was so good. I don't remember a thing about the first two movies, but Ragnarok was really like it's just like cuz I don't watch fantasy movies and the first two are literally fantasy movies.
yeah.
So like when I'm watching them, like they're talking about shit and I don't understand the thing that they're saying. They're like talking about other planets and stuff like that. And I'm
well,
like,
you were
what the
supposed to
fuck are
learn
you talking
it.
about?
You were supposed to learn it while you were watching it.
I know, but there's
But you
so
failed to
much
do so.
happening.
Yeah,
I don't like
was-
fantasy movies, so those are okay to me.
That was fine. And with Iron Man, I think the first one was really good, but the second and third one just started going.
They're
downhill.
like they like as they continued, they like went downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Captain America, they like kept like continuing to be good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like Iron Man just kept going down, and then Thor would go up.
Go like exponentially up. No, it went
Yeah.
down and then it went way
Yeah, it was
up.
like-
Because Taika Waititi did magic.
Yeah,
he
that movie was good.
So good. Yeah, and honestly, when I first watched Ragnarok, I was like so off-put by it because the first two movies were so serious and so dramatic. And then I was like, this is funny? This is a comedy? I was so confused,
Yeah,
but then
it's like
I
a completely
loved it.
different movie, but I liked it way more. And I hope that they do that, like they put more of that comedy aspect into the fourth movie.
Which hasn't happened because they've been off all trilogies.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first fourth one.
Huh. And they're doing a fourth Captain America, right?
Yeah, but this time with Falcon.
With Falcon.
With Sam, yeah.
Interesting.
Right.
That's gonna be interesting. I haven't finished like watching all of the movies, so
What do you have left?
I'm on phase 3. I'm at Black Panther, so Black Panther and down.
Okay.
So it's not a lot of movies left.
The Black Panther was when I started watching Marvel.
I haven't seen Black Panther yet.
What?
No, I know! And everybody says it's amazing.
My
And
God!
I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. I'm sure I'm gonna love it, but I just have not seen it yet. Because again, with Marvel movies, I have to push myself to watch them. Because Marvel is action. And I don't like action movies because all of their trailers are literally just action and it looks boring as fuck. It's all the same. I don't like it. I don't want to watch a bunch of people fight all the time.
Okay.
I don't know. I just can't.
I stopped
just can't get
watching.
into it.
I stopped watching Marvel trailers a long time ago, but
Yeah.
I don't watch Marvel for the action at all. I actually zone out during the action sequences.
Because action's boring.
Yeah, involuntarily. It's like I want to pay attention, but I'll just be like,
But that's all they can put in the trailers because then it gives away like most of the plot. So like when you watch an action trailer, like an action movie trailer, that's all they put into the trailers, and it's boring.
okay, but like, I watch Marvel for the character arcs, for the character and the relationships. Like that's
Yeah, of course.
yeah. And I remember the first trailer that made me so invested was the Endgame trailer. Because that was such there wasn't a lot of action. That was so
I remember
emotional.
that trailer was good, But again, like they put Avengers on like a different pedestal.
Yeah.
Like when I
mean,
see
it's like
Avengers trailers, they're good. Like they make me want to watch it. Any other Marvel movie, it looks boring. And I know it's not going to be boring because it's Marvel. Back to Black Widow. I really liked the way that they started the movie. It really hooked me in. Like, it was really intense for no reason. I had no idea who anybody was except for Natasha.
You know, actually, I was being a dum-dum, and like, when I first watched it, I thought that Yelena was a Natasha in the beginning, because I thought the blonde...
Are you serious?
Yeah, okay, no, look at the little girl's face, and look at Scarlett's face, and you can't tell me that they're, like, a perfect match for each other.
She's blonde, though.
So... People change hair colors.
Why would they start the movie with her sister riding on the bike and not her?
Shut up. Because sometimes...
The second the movie starts, the movie's called Black Widow, Tammy. The second the movie starts, the first person you're going to see is Black Widow.
That's not always true. I find that a lot of movies, Marvel or not, will start by showing their villain.
Okay, yes, that's true.
That's true.
Still.
I don't know, I was just a little confused until he was like, oh, they said the names, and I was like, oh.
You're stupid.
Shut up. Anyway.
The second I saw her on the bike, I was like, okay, so that's her.
I just didn't expect Natasha to be dyeing her hair blue at the ripe old age of like 10.
Well, she was a youngster. They obviously were living their best lives at that moment.
Right, definitely.
It was a good
I
start,
think this movie was especially good because it felt like a family film. Because it was a family of spies. Like it was.
It's like PG-13 Spy Kids.
Okay, because it had all the action and it had all the connection to everything in the MCU, but I think at its core it was like a family film because there was so much going on with the relationship. With that being said, I feel like they could have done a lot more with the relationships. I feel like it was
I think so too.
With this movie, I was really expecting to learn so much more about the Red Room when Natasha was a kid. Like they had that, because they had the credit sequence in the beginning, which was fine. I liked it, but like everything that was in there was all her time in the Red Room. Yeah, and they just like skipped over it basically, and then they just jumped to 21 years later, or 23 years
I wanted
later.
to learn more because like. They, like, separated her and her sister.
Yeah.
What the fuck were they doing with her sister? They were, like, putting her in front of a Christmas tree and, like, recording them? Like, what the fuck was that?
So that was... They had to, like, make fake documents.
Oh, okay. That was that. Okay. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
They had to fake, like, family things and make them seem like they were normal kids, but obviously they weren't. Okay, because... What movie was that? That was,
That's kind of stupid because they mind controlled them anyways. There's no point in making the fake documents.
Well, no, it's for like the public records.
Oh, just killed them.
Oh my god. Okay, in Ultron, when Wanda used her powers on Natasha, and then we saw like all of those scenes from the Red Room, I was like, oh my god, that's like setting it up so well for this movie to explore more of that, and they just didn't. Like they didn't explore Natasha in there. Like, they did a little bit with the whole... Like, there was that shot where they were all, like, using the gun and you said they were dancing. It looked like they were dancing. Like, that was that. And then, like, there was, the whole, like, marker thing with it. That was it. There was... You didn't witness all the things that she went through in the Red Room.
I definitely would have wanted to see, like, more.
Yeah, and I think that would have created such a better connection with the audience with Natasha and everything. Another thing is that this movie, a lot of the things that Marvel has released recently has been used to set up other characters for the future. Yeah. Because this is Black Widow, yes, but she's never coming back. This movie was setting up Yelena's story for the future.
Hawkeye.
Yeah. So that made me a little bit mad because like it's a I guess it's Black Widow, and I guess Yelena is a Black Widow. But it was Nat's story, but we never connected with Nat that much.
I feel like Black Widow's character was kind of robbed of, like, you know, having a good story.
Yeah, like,
It took them so long to make her a movie, and, like, that's what we got.
And if you have never watched any of the previous movies that Scarlett Johansson has been, has been in, and you just watch this movie, you wouldn't be invested in Black Widow whatsoever. Because she wasn't, and this is, I think my brain is unconsciously quoting something from a TikTok I saw earlier today. Because she wasn't the driving force of the movie. Like, Yelena was the one who wanted to liberate everyone. Yes, Natasha also wanted to, but she was the first one that was like, okay, we gotta do this.
Yeah.
Like, are you on board? And then,
I mean, like, Natasha was dealing with being on the run.
That's true.
So, like...
But, like, the whole movie was about, like, liberating all the widows.
Yeah.
And that was, like, Yelena's thing. And so Black Widow just, like, kind of hopped onto that, and they teamed up. But it was Yelena's thing first.
Yeah.
So it did not feel right.
Also, who's that guy?
Yeah, they definitely fucked.
Like, he has no backstory at all. Like, we have no idea who he is.
I'm sure we're gonna see more of him, probably. Like, he's just, like, a side character. But, like, there's... The first
I'm
time
assuming he's gonna, like, remain in contact with
Yelena, probably, yeah. The first time I saw that movie, I was like, okay, just random dude, private contractor, whatever. And then when I was watching it with you, I was like, there's, like, some tension there. Especially in that last...
definitely is.
Yeah. In that last scene where he got her the Quinjet, they said something, and I just... I don't remember what it was. But I was like, this feels like... I don't know. It's giving sexual tension.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, but they're not... Why would they set that up only for it to never pan out to anything because she's dead?
Yeah, I don't know.
What? Now they're gonna... Oh, I was about to say, what, are they gonna put Yelena and him together? But obviously not, because Yelena's, in the comics, she is ace. Like, she's asexual. So...
Okay, but also, sometimes Marvel just doesn't give a fuck about the comics.
That's true. But I think they're trying to include more of, like, being more inclusive, whether that's just a marketing tactic or somebody genuinely wants to do it. They're doing it either way. So I think they would just make her asexual. Just, like, because Loki... Did you finish Loki?
No.
Okay, well, Loki is now canonically bi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
I saw the gender fluid thing going around.
Well, yeah, that yeah. We should do.
And then he dies.
What?
In Endgame.
Oh. Well. That was Infinity War. But
Infinity.
You need to watch Loki.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
really
I gotta
bad.
push myself to watch. I watched the first episode. I don't know what it was about it. I just couldn't get into it.
You'll get into
at
it
first, but I'm sure everybody says it's like really good. So
It was good, but it also wasn't good. But it is so critical for the rest of the MCU, how it's gonna proceed. So you need to watch it.
Okay.
For background knowledge.
I'll watch it. Right, because it's got a lot to do with the multiverse and stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, multiple Lokis. I would assume it's about the multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll get to watching it. Okay, let's talk about this end credit scene now, because I've got questions.
Okay. You've been like dilly-dallying on this end credit scene a lot. We haven't really... Okay, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, that chick, Valentina. She's in Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
Yes.
Is she like the new Thanos of this like new era?
No, she is like... She's assembling a team... So she's kind of like the Nick Fury, but I don't think she's a good person. Or like she's in a moral gray area. So she's gonna
make like a villains Avengers, or...
Yeah, well, I don't know I don't know the exact thing in the comics. Because, like, think about it. She recruited John Walker. Not really a good guy.
Yeah.
And,
she's putting Yelena against...
Hawkeye. Which I found... Okay, I personally don't like Jeremy Renner because he has some allegations towards him about beating his family.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I'm okay with Hawkeye as a character.
Hawkeye's okay. I've never cared about him.
Yeah, I don't really... it should have been him, though.
I actually don't know. Because, like, at the time, we didn't know anything about, like, her family or anything. Like, we only knew about Hawkeye's family. At the time, like, he has, like, a daughter and, like, a wife to get back to. So, like, it makes sense, like, why Black Widow was like, oh, you have, like, a family. Yeah, like, it makes sense. But, like,
but
after
she also
watching
has
this movie, like, she also has a family.
Yeah, and even if it wasn't for her spy family, she had the Avengers, and that was her family.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't know. I get it though. Like I get like why she went down because like she doesn't have a family like him, you know?
I guess.
Like he didn't like if he went his daughter would have grown up without a father.
Okay, that's true.
I totally understand why Natasha was the one to go.
Yeah. But also like Hawkeye is such a boring character.
Hawkeye is a very boring
In
character.
the MCU, not in the comics, but in the MCU.
He is also a person that hasn't gotten like his own thing.
Yeah.
So like we barely know anything about his character, which makes him more boring. But is that going to stop me from watching Hawkeye? No, because Hailey Steinfeld's in that, and I fucking love her.
And she's
So-
Kate Bishop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she looks so badass. And oh my god,
Yeah.
she
I'm
looks
not watching that
so-
shit for Jeremy Renner.
She looks so hot in the photos I saw. The fucking suit. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, I'm so excited to see her because
Yeah.
Dickinson. I fucking love that show. I love her. Okay. So she's like Valentina's like a bad Nick Fury.
Yeah,
basically.
that's my assumption anyway. Not based off anything from the comics, because I never read the comics and I never plan on to reading comics. Just from an MCU like fan, I think that's what it is. I think she's
because like the way that it looks like they're setting it up, it looks like she's like the next like Thanos of this era. Like she's gonna be like the big bad in the end.
no,
Because
she's definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna be the big bad. I think she might be I think
assembling the big bad.
no, the big bad is gonna be Kang the Conqueror, and that's gonna be in Quantumania, which is the third Ant-Man movie.
Okay.
And not Kang specifically, but a variant of Kang is in Loki, and his name is Immortus, and you'll see him later when you watch it.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
But you're not supposed to know
I thought like like she was going around like collecting these bad people. Those are her Infinity Stones. Like I'm just seeing a lot of parallels here.
Well, I think she thinks that what she's doing isn't bad. Like, she's not assembling a group of bad people. I think she has a different mindset from how the Avengers were created and stuff, and she's trying to deviate from that with all of these new people.
Right.
And, yeah, that being Walker and Yelena, who is already working for her already.
Mm-hmm. And obviously that's what Hawkeye's going to be about, is Yelena going after Hawkeye.
And Kate Bishop. Well, he's also, like, training Kate Bishop.
Right.
So that's gonna be interesting.
I'm assuming, though, that that's going to end with, like, wait, in the comics, is her character, like, good or bad?
Yelena?
Yeah.
I assume she's good. I don't know.
Okay.
You can look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Because, like, I'm assuming that, like, Hawkeye, either, if her character's bad, then, like, she's just going to be a bad guy. But, like, if her character's, like, good in the comics, then I'm assuming that, like, at the end of the show, they'll, like, resolve everything. And, like, he'll explain everything that happened and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like Valentina so far.
I think she's an interesting character.
I like her so far. She definitely gives me, like, new Loki vibes.
Why do you think she's the new everyone? She's not. She's just Valentina.
Because when an era ends, the writers always bring back new characters and put old characters into them. That's what everybody does. She has, like, Loki aspects to her, though. Like, she's
that she's, like, sarcastic?
Yeah, she's just, like, she has his character, like, some of his characteristics. That's what I mean by new Loki.
A lot of people are noticing that Disney/Marvel went back into, like, the WandaVision episodes, and they've changed stuff. Like, in that last scene...
What?
Yeah, no. So, basically, one of the things was that in the very last, the end credit scene where Wanda is in that, like, hideout place with, like, the mountains and stuff, you can see a shadow of something flying towards her, and it looks like Doctor Strange.
What?
Yeah!
What do you mean they changed it?
They
How
literally
did they do that?
they changed
No,
it.
no, I'm literally looking at this right now. You're a liar.
I'm
You're lying.
not lying!
What the fuck?
Yeah, and
They can do that?
Yeah, they can just take it down, put a new file in, and... Do you see it?
Bruh! That looks so fake, it's so funny.
But, like,
That looks like an effect that you do.
Fuck you! But... So...
No way did they change that.
Yeah, they did. People were, like, looking so hard. They were analyzing it when it first came out. There was nothing. And then somebody finally saw it. In the Loki series, the multiverse opens.
Uh-huh.
And so that's why, like, they're going back to change all of that. Or that's what some people say, at least. I don't know. Anyways, we're not even talking about Black Widow. Oh, the fact that her mom was, like, the bad guy because she called the Red Room on, like, and, you know, there were family problems. And then she just switched up on the Red Room like that. After Natasha was like, when she asked Natasha, was like, oh, how did you keep your heart through all those, like, years in the Red Room? And then Natasha was like, oh, pain makes you stronger, you taught us that. And then she was like, okay, I'm just gonna tell you that I just alerted the Red Room that they're gonna come here and we're gonna formulate this plan and we're gonna kill Dreykov. Like that. And, like, I guess part of it was learning that Yelena was one of the girls that she, her, like, research and science contributed to, like, the chemical thing.
Wait. So she alerted them. When did she alert them, though?
Well, we don't know, but, like, it's spy stuff.
Because I thought they were coming because of when she got the alert.
What?
You know, like, when she got the alert that somebody was on her, like, land?
Yeah.
I thought they were coming because of that.
There was a line in there where Melina says, I alerted the Red Room, they'll be here any minute.
Right.
Like, so, automatic or not, she still switched sides like that. Because she could have told them at any point in their whole drinking and eating and stuff that, hey, the Red Room's coming, maybe we get our asses moving. But no. After Natasha was like, oh, you taught us that, she was like, okay, so the Red Room's coming, and we're gonna formulate this plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a little fast paced.
Yeah, it was unusual. Love the fact that they use the nano masks, because this is technically right after Civil War, and she did use them in Civil War, and then they so that was a nice touch. I like that. I didn't expect it at all.
I didn't either. That was like the one thing that I was like surprised about. I definitely saw that, like, soldier thing being his daughter.
Yeah, no,
because I was like, if he survived, his daughter survived. There's just no fucking way that's not a plot twist.
Plus, people kept bringing up the fact, like, oh, his daughter, my daughter. I'm like,
yeah, there's just no way that, like, she didn't survive. I knew that was gonna happen, but that, like, switch up in the whole plan, that was good. I liked that. I didn't see that coming. I think that's it. This podcast has been 50 minutes long, Tammy.
Oh my god. We didn't really have any funny moments. We just had a lot of analyzing the film.
We had a conversation.
I know. I never realized how long our conversations were. Because that did not feel like an hour.
Yeah, I know. Our podcast doesn't have to be funny, though. It's just us having a conversation.
Like, who's going to watch that?
A lot of people, sure.
Who's going to watch that?
Are you?
Drop a like if you're watching right now. Do it.
I liked it.
I will literally block you so you don't like it, so I can be right.
I'm not gonna be your friend anymore.
What's our, like, sign off?
Thanks for listening or watching. And remember, when you're having a conversation, to always remain only off track. Thanks.